I just want you to be mentally prepared just in case. And I want to prepare you to be stoic and calm and understand that wealth, listen to me, wealth is built in red markets. You have to get out of the hype. You have to get out of the hopium if you truly want to build wealth. So what is happening on December 19, 2025? Japan is doing the reverse carry trade. They're going to go from 0% rates and they're going to decide to maybe raise rates 0.75. Do you realize the implications and the impact of going from 0% interest to 0.75? That will cause a global shock to the system. But if you are a true macro microeconomic investor, Warren Buffett style, and you work to buy good companies at a fair price, these types of moments are your greatest, listen to me, opportunity to get wealthy. That's how we built financial freedom, and that's how we're building wealth. I've been very transparent with you guys on exactly what I'm invested in. Somebody asked me today, how you feeling about American Bitcoin? It's collapsed 50%. I feel fantastic. I'm buying more because I buy good companies at a fair price. I don't care what you invest in. What I'm trying to teach you to do is how to do the opposite. Everything inverted. When everybody's running from the markets, if you understand good companies at a fair price, you should be running into the markets. When everybody's telling you it's going to go to 1 million Bitcoin, you should be pulling some off the table and build an ecosystem. That's how we became financially free. That's how we became rich. Rich and wealthy are very different. We ain't there yet. Wealthy is when you know your kids will benefit. And we got a long run ahead of us. But I'm willing to watch paint dry. So prepare mentally, spiritually, and physically for the red, because that's where winning is done. When XRP, Ripple got sued by the SEC on December 20th, 2020, everyone went running from the fire. And I did a YouTube video and I said, I'm holding on like a tick on a dog. And I ran into the fire and I bought the fear and I kept accumulating and I haven't stopped. And I know there'll be a moment someday that you can save this video, that my family will thank me from generation to generation. They won't know why they're wealthy, but they will have the principles that are tried and true, which is discipline, consistency, and compounding. The markets are always the same. 200 years of markets, 32 major market collapses, and the wealthy always win 100% of the time. So if you know the game, learn what they do. If you're emotionally triggered by red and green, you are the liquidity. So, rhetorical question, what is your plan? Is it waiting for XRP to go to a certain price? Or do you have a disciplined, structured plan? I call mine CAPL DR. It'll beat any economic cycle. Your job is to beat inflation. Your financial advisor is giving you, oh, we got you 6 to 8%. You didn't even beat inflation. They don't teach you this stuff. If you don't get a 6% raise next year, you actually lost money sitting in your job. And guess what? Trump is going to lower interest rates as low as possible as Japan raises interest rates. And they're going to print more money than you could ever imagine. And your dollar is going to become worth less. So I take my money and I create cash flow because cash is trash. That cash flow is currency. I move my currency into A, capital DR. A is assets that have fixed supply. My top assets are XRP, Bitcoin, WLFI, Solana, XLM, HBAR, and VeChain, my top 7. I'm going to be closing out all my other cryptos and consolidating the top 3. XRP, Bitcoin, WFI. Do whatever you want. That's what I'm doing. On the stock side, it's American Bitcoin and XXI. I own the digital gold, Bitcoin. I own the infrastructure, Solana. I own the new DeFi bank, WFI. I own the bridge currency, XRP. I own the Bitcoin mining, the picks and shovels. And I own the treasury through XXI and American Bitcoin. Feels good to me. I like it. I like it a lot. And you can't FUD me in, you can't FUD me out. Will they all win? I don't know, but I'm going to hold long enough to find out. And then when I profit from these assets, I'm not a fool. I don't watch it go up and go down. I pull profits and I insure my family's wealth. And I use cash value life insurance. We structure them properly, we fund them properly, and we use them as family banks. And L is leverage in my capital DR. It's a system that beats inflation. It beats any economic cycle. When you go running, when the markets come collapsing down, I'm like, yes, red, let's go. I hate green. Red is where you get wealthy because I believe in what I'm invested in. But when you're running from the assets that I believe in are going to be here for the next 100 years, I go leverage at low interest and I buy the fear. And then I sit tight and I watch paint dry. When that paint finally dries, it becomes a beautiful mosaic and it shoots up again. I take profits and I pay off that debt. And now I have free assets. That's how winning is done. Because you're not even beating inflation. And if you don't learn how to beat inflation, then the wealthy always stay the wealthy, and the 1% will always be the 1%, and you're always going to get beat by the markets. JP Morgan said billionaires use astrology, millionaires use charts. I want you to study, and I want you to understand and come back and comment, why do you think that is? Because everything's a cycle. This is not a super cycle. This is not different this time. The markets will always be the markets. Someone, I want you to study this, see if someone gets this. Someone will end up holding the tulips, and I hope it's not you. Warriors, rise! I would love to see someone study that and share why I said that. Love you guys. Do your research.